Cryptole Daily, Global Crypto News Roundup, June 3rd, 2026. Welcome to Cryptole Daily. I'm Cryptole, and these are today's biggest stories from across the crypto world. Bitcoin has fallen below $70,000. Ethereum remains under pressure. ETF outflows continue to dominate headlines. Binance is expanding beyond crypto, and institutional adoption continues despite market volatility. Let's begin. Story 1. Bitcoin drops below 70,000. Bitcoin is experiencing one of its most difficult weeks in recent months. The world's largest cryptocurrency briefly traded below the $70,000 level as investors reacted to a combination of ETF outflows, geopolitical uncertainty, and broader market risk aversion. Reports indicate that hundreds of millions of dollars in leveraged positions were liquidated during the sell-off. The Economic Times +1. For many traders, the $70,000 level is more than just a number. It is a psychological support zone. When prices fall below important support levels, fear often spreads quickly across the market. However, long-term investors continue to watch the bigger picture. Many believe that temporary corrections are a normal part of every market cycle. The question now is simple. Can Bitcoin recover above $70,000 quickly, or will sellers continue to dominate the market? The next few days may provide the answer. Story 2. ETF outflows remain. A major concern, institutional money remains one of the most important forces driving crypto markets. During the past several weeks, Bitcoin exchange-traded funds have experienced substantial outflows. Billions of dollars have reportedly left these investment products, reducing one of the strongest sources of demand that supported Bitcoin earlier this year. The Economic Times +1 ETF flows matter because they provide insight into institutional sentiment. When large investors buy ETFs, demand increases. When they sell, buying pressure decreases. Some analysts believe the outflows are temporary. Others believe institutions are simply rotating capital into different opportunities. Regardless of the reason, ETF flows remain one of the most important indicators to watch throughout June. Story 3. AI stocks attract investor capital. A growing number of analysts believe Bitcoin's weakness is partially connected to the rapid growth of artificial intelligence investments. Technology companies connected to AI continue attracting enormous amounts of capital from investors. As money flows into AI-related opportunities, some funds appear to be reducing exposure to cryptocurrencies. Crypto.news. This creates competition for investment capital. For the first time in months, Bitcoin is no longer the most exciting growth story on Wall Street. Instead, AI companies are attracting headlines and investor attention. Crypto investors should watch this trend carefully because capital rotation often influences market performance. Story 4. Ethereum holds a critical level. Ethereum remains the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. While Ethereum has also declined alongside Bitcoin, some analysts believe it is demonstrating relative resilience compared with other digital assets. CoinDesk +1 Ethereum continues benefiting from several major trends. These include tokenization, stablecoin growth, decentralized finance, and institutional blockchain adoption. Many financial institutions are actively building products on Ethereum-based infrastructure. The key level traders are watching remains near $2,000. If Ethereum maintains support, confidence could return to the broader altcoin market. If support fails, additional volatility may follow. Story 5. Binance moves into stocks and ETFs. One of today's biggest industry developments comes from Binance. The exchange has expanded its platform to include access to thousands of United States stocks and exchange-traded funds for eligible users outside the United States. Reuters. This is a major development. Crypto exchanges are increasingly becoming full-service financial platforms. Instead of using separate apps for stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies, investors may eventually manage everything from a single platform. This trend highlights the growing convergence between traditional finance and blockchain technology. Story 6. Hyperliquid continues. Growing Hyperliquid remains one of the most discussed projects in crypto. Recent reports suggest that trading activity on Hyperliquid has reached levels that rival some of the industry's largest platforms on certain days. CoinDesk. The project's success demonstrates continued demand for decentralized trading infrastructure. Even during periods of market weakness, developers continue building new financial systems on blockchain networks. Historically, so